Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in today. I will be providing you with brush swatches of the Smashbox Double Exposure 2.0 palette. I have created a demo which I have already uploaded to my channel, so please check that out. But I purchased the Smashbox Double Exposure 2.0 palette from Nordstrom Rack. Retail price at $24.97. I purchased it in store. If you don't have a local Nordstrom Rack or you're unable to find the palette, if you have interest for it and it's not in your store, then you can try to go on nordstromrack.com and try to see if you can purchase the palette. At this current time, the palette is available on the nordstromrack.com website. So I will be using my Clean Sweep makeup brush pad to change colors between each swatch. A really affordable option to the color switch sold at Sephora. And there are lots of these different makeup pads that are out here, but this is one that is very affordable. I purchased this at TJ Maxx for $3.99. You can also find them at Marshall as well. And I will be using my Morphe M408 brush to swatch the colors. And the Smashbox Double Exposure palette looks like this. Has a nice sleek packaging, as most of Smashbox packaging are, and have this matte smooth finish to it. And then you have a mirror, and then you have the cover sleeve, and then you have the 14 shades that basically lines up with mattes on the top row. So the mattes, I'll show you to you up close. Mattes are on the top row, and not mattes, I'm sorry. Shimmers are on the top row, and the mattes are at the bottom row. So that's what they look like. And it does come with the brush as well, which I put back into the palette. So let's go ahead and start swatching. So I will be using the box that the palette comes in as reference to the names. So as I am swatching, I can give that to you all. So the first shade that I will be swatching is called Backlit. And it is a shimmer finish, so it's like a mix of a deep plum with a hint of gold. This color will make a beautiful lid shade. As well, line your bottom lash line with it, a great liner shade. And also could be a nice, I say, outer crease shade. But we know most shimmers are usually accent shades. I'm just gonna build that up just a little bit for you. But it really don't need any building up. Like, this is a beautiful shade. One of my favorites to use in that demo of the palette. Love it. So that is backlit. The next shade that I will be swatching is called Filtered. And it is a nice, I would say like a nice, there's a gold finish to it. So it's like a beige with some gold flip to it. It is definitely Shimmer. I guess I would call it like a peachy gold color. One of those colors that almost has a flip, almost look slight duochrome. Make a nice, again, accent shade, like for the inner corner. Highlight. So that is, again, Filtered. The next shade is called Moccasin. And it is a straight gold bronze type shade. I'm just gonna say all these shades are great accent colors. You can do a lot with Shimmer. Shimmers basically brighten up your makeup look. Just add to like a pop of shine, glimmer, or like glitter finish. So that is Moccasin. The next shade is called Champagne. It is a light, it's like a light beige, but I would say like a light gold color, like almost white gold. It's when I started swatching on the underside of my arm, and now I'm swatching on the side part of my arm. So that is Champagne. Beautiful, beautiful highlight color. Highlight your brow bone, your inner corner. You can highlight your cheeks, wear it as a highlight. This is what I did for the video. The next shade is called Minx, and it's more of like a muted purple type shade. Definitely like cool tone purple. That is called Minx. The next shade is called Optics, and I describe it as more of an antique gold in the video. And that's what I think it is, more of like an antique gold color. It has definitely, I would say, like a antique gold bronze. It has more of a cool undertone to it. So far, I would say like these colors are more like a neutral tone type palette. You definitely have it for day and night. Smashbox describes it as a subtle and dramatic type of palette, and you definitely do have those colors in this palette. And the last shimmer shade on the top row is called Obsidian, and it looks like a multicolored, I almost want to say like a black and gray, but let's see. Ooh, it definitely has a shift of, I would say like blue, black, with a black base, and almost slightly some gray as well. That is a pretty color. And you know me and my smoky love for smoky eyes. That would make a beautiful smoky eye look. So that is Obsidian. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to go into the bottom row, and I will be swatching the mattes from left to right. And let's see if I can get them all on my arm on one row. So the first matte is called Rusted. It is I would say more of a muted plum type color. It may have a brown base, but it actually has more of a purple base, so it's like a muted purple, like a scraped plum color. Very rich, creamy shade. So that is Rusted. It's definitely cool tone with a purple base. I thought it would have more of a brown base, but it's definitely a deep tone plum. Will make a great outer crease shade. Actually, backlit and Rusted together will make just a perfect duo eyeshadows to wear if you just want to keep your look really simple. That will make a beautiful color arrangement. The next shade is a warm, like a warm type terracotta shade, and it's called Throwback. This is really a nice shade. It's just kind of like a pop. You know, everything else is more neutral. You know, like your bronze golds, your slight pinks, your plums, and your blues, and your taupe. So that throwback and cruise that we'll be swatching towards the end of the matte spectrum on that row they're basically like a pop. They're the pop of the, you know, the contrast between each other. So cruise is more of a taupe, and throwback is more of that, almost like just like a deep terracotta shade. It's like really pretty. Oops, and I just sprayed some of the pigment. So the next shade is your nude. So it is your straight, I would say this is probably like a, you know, like a light to medium nude. It is a standard brown color. I'm getting shorter with these swatches line, trying to make them all nice and formatted. Start off long and it's getting short. So that color, I don't know if you can tell, but it's I gotta build it up so you all will be able to see it more. So it's definitely a muted color. Like we think of nude, this is nude. So it'll make a great base color. Like use this color all over your lids before applying your other colors. The next shade is vanilla. This also can be like a eyelid base shade or to brighten your brow bones with, and it is straight a basic vanilla, like a very light, I'd say like a light ivory shade. You're doing a cut crease and you just want to do a simple color to overlay where you use the primer or the concealer to cut your crease. You can layer this over it to give that clean color, or just to set that concealer. So that is called vanilla. The next shade is called Cruise, and it is a taupe. I feel like more like a taupey, I don't think like maybe a taupey brown. Like almost like a grayish type color. Definitely on the cool spectrum, as you can see here. So that is that color. The next shade is called Aubergine. It is a deep, I'd say like a deep purple shade. And this is a gorgeous purple. It's like a smoke purple. A very beautiful color. And this would be beautiful to line your eyes, to use in your outer crease. To cover your entire eyelid. Like, that is a gorgeous color. They really combine really beautiful shades together in this palette for your everyday look. So the last shade is a navy. It's a straight blue color. Not too dark, but I said that about aubergine, and it is a deep smoke purple. So this is navy. So this is navy. There you have it. All 14 shades in this palette. A beautiful 14 color shimmer matte palette. You do have your warms and you have your cools and you have shades in between. Definitely gorgeous. Let me bring it to the camera so you all can see that. I should have swatched under the underside of my arms, but this will do. So those are all 14 shades. So again, this is backlit, filtered, moccasin, champagne, minx, optics, obsidian, rusted, throwback, nude, vanilla, cruise, aubergine, and navy. Those are all 14 shades from the Smashbox Double Exposure 2.0 palette. And those are wonderful colors. So you're looking for a everyday palette with a pop of everything. This is a great palette. I would definitely recommend to you all. That's it. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch this brush swatch video. Again, my swatches are always provided with no primer. So what you see on this arm is how the pigments are from the palette. And hopefully you all found this swatch video very helpful. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.